Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. I don't know what's happening with my phone. I just saw it flashing and flashing and flashing. Hi, my lovely. We are live already.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my phone. I saw it doing something like a flash and flash and flash. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Loud and clear.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We are live. We are here now. Today, we're talking about healing. Go on and tag your friends. Tag your friends. We're sorry we are late. I had no idea what time it was. I was so busy running about making the most of my day. Lately, I've been doing a lot of that. So, I would
It's
just
good to give
thank you
yourself
so.
some time.
I know. And thank you so much. I wouldn't have known it was time if it wasn't for you. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? It's
Oh
time
dear.
already. I had no flipping idea. No flipping idea
Oh
what
dear.
time it was. I know.
It
So it
happens.
was
It
my
happens.
son's birthday on Friday. Last Friday, he's got his
Yeah.
party. Yeah,
Congrats.
nice. Nice. So
Yeah.
he's got his party coming. That's why I'm also extremely busy. Hi, everybody. If you've just joined us, just say hello. Then we know you're on so that we can start. Say hello to us. If you don't mind, tell us where you're joining from. This is an open session. So, okay, I normally go and tag my friends as well so that they know we are on. I don't know whether I could do that. And then, because we are a little bit late to anybody who knows me knows that I don't like being late. So it's just one of those things. I really don't
Sometimes
like
it's
being late.
exceptional. It's okay.
Yeah, that's life. You have to accept it as it comes. So anyway, hi guys, I'm Nicole Hanselman, your life coach. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've got Sonya. Yeah, hi. Okay, we have somebody already. Hi Murad, welcome. Karibu, karibu, karibu. Today we're talking about healing. What do we even mean about healing? Some of our lives, yeah, I try to like have a summary at the end where I give my guests like 5 minutes to just give a summary of the day's topic. But today I want to do it at the beginning, and I want to begin with it. And I want to sound like one of those street preachers because today I'm on fire when it comes to healing. Yani just call it nitawasomea, nitatusomea, including myself. I'm on fire when it comes to healing. Guys, we need to heal. We need to heal, including me. You need to heal because we're going damaging each other. We need to heal. We need to heal in our finances, our physical health, our mental health. We need to, all areas of our lives, we need to heal so that we stop damaging others. Even in the careers, in our careers, some of us are so full of wounds when they see you coming at the workplace, they think you're coming to compete with them, or they think you're coming to hurt them, or they think, I don't know, they just want to push you down and pull you down, and because they are hurting and they don't know how to unleash that. That's why I'm saying we need to heal, and it starts with yourself. You have to take charge, you have to take responsibility. Without taking charge and taking responsibility, you're not gonna move forward. And find help. It doesn't matter with whom, it doesn't matter where, but preferably a therapist, and be sure that that is a certified therapist. There's a difference between a life coach and a therapist. So if you're going a therapist way, find the right way, but find ways of healing. We'll share little ways that we can, little things we can do to start healing, little things we can help ourselves. We don't have to go the big way. If you can't afford a therapist, you don't have to go all, but the small things we can do. So yeah, we need to heal. Sonia will explain maybe what we mean by it. What are we talking about today? But guys, we need to heal. Every single one of us. Tag your friends so that we share together and learn together today about healing.
Well, wow, it's a very nice topic. Um, I think, first of all, when we say healing, we need to know what kind of healing do we need. Um, Healing can be in very many different sorts, like mental stress is one of them, yes. Emotional healing. I think emotional healing is more powerful in every factor. So your emotions are the ones which make you go down, make
Mm,
you feel angry. I think
mm,
every human or even animals, they all know what emotion is. So emotion is a very powerful tool.
mm-hmm,
When we say emotional healing, how would first, how would you know when to heal? Why should you know?
mm. I want you
First,
know, yeah. Mm-hmm,
how would you know? To start healing, you one needs to know that they need to heal. How would you know that?
mm,
Well, you don't let somebody tell you that you need healing.
mm-hmm.
It is very difficult to accept that
Yeah.
one needs healing. Now, what I would say from my
Mm,
experience, I'm no expert in this. Remember, this forum is just to create awareness. We are not experts here, but we try our best to create awareness from our experiences and other people's experiences, which we come across.
mm,
Emotional healing, when we say emotional healing, it makes me just go still because I would not know what kind of emotion one is going through in order to help that person. But the best healing factor I would say is yoga. Yoga, you need to meditate. Meditation doesn't mean sit by crossing your legs and you know hold these mudras. I don't know what they're called, whatever.
mm,
No, that is not the only way of doing yoga or meditation. You can
mm,
just sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and try to get into your own soul. First of all, find some peace within yourself.
mm,
When you find peace within yourself, is the time you will come to know where you go wrong, what you did wrong. For example,
mm-hmm,
today you have a very stressful day. Try to find at least 10 to 15 minutes minimum 10 to 15 minutes. Why I see
mm,
that is because the time you start closing your eyes and focusing on yourself and running down the whole day, what happened? It does not happen in 5 minutes, it can take 10, 15 minutes. So by the time you're reaching that place whereby you're reaching yourself and asking yourself, where did you go wrong? What did you do which is right? Why?
mm,
And you will come to know that you do need healing, and you will know which field you need healing. Once you know that, you can try healing yourself. First of all, it is very important to love yourself. People mostly forget loving themselves and love others. They have a lot of duties, a lot of things to do in life, a lot of people to take care of, family, friends, children, this, that. So a
mm,
person forgets to love themselves while loving others. I am sorry
mm.
to say you cannot say I love my family when you cannot love yourself. You need to learn to love yourself first in order to heal. Uh, I myself, I learned, I went through a lot of things in life, and my counselor taught me how to love myself. He taught me that try loving yourself by showing yourself love. So
Yeah.
I found a way of showing myself love is when I wake up in the morning, I do not brush my teeth or go to wash my face first of all. No.
Mm.
I look into the mirror and I tell the mirror, you are the most beautiful
Oh,
person on earth. You have a
yeah.
kind and loving heart. You deserve the
Yeah.
best in life. And that is
Yeah.
how I start my day. Look into your own eyes. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Stare in
Mm-hmm.
your eyes and tell yourself
Mm-hmm.
that you are lovable. You are beautiful. You've got a nice soul, nice heart. And believe me, you have started your day with positivity. Starting your day with positivity is very important because the way we start our day is the way the whole day goes. If you
Yeah.
wake up frustrated, you will go to your
Mm-hmm.
workplace or any person you meet, you will start removing your frustration on that person. That is
Mm.
not your fault, it is human nature.
Mm.
Human have that nature that the first person we come to, we want to remove our frustration. So first of all, you've started your healing by loving yourself in the morning. Go the same way the whole day and always remember to smile. I'm telling you, I am very, very proud saying that nowadays, even when I am very, very angry, or extremely angry on a person, or if somebody has wronged, I feel pity for that person instead of feeling angry of that person.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
say that this person needs healing because I came through healing. I understand what healing means and what a person is going through. Like there are so many people in this world that demean others to show that they are better. Believe me, they are not better, but they want to be you. They want to be like you. So they remove their frustrations by demeaning you, and which is very wrong. So all you need to do is pray for them that they get healing like you got healing.
Mm.
Start your day with smiling. First of all, when you open your gate, the first person you come across, whether it's your
Mm.
watchman, somebody seated on the road, somebody you don't even know,
Mm.
smile. And I always say this. I'm sure people say I always keep on repeating this, but believe me, it really works. It really works. Just smile and ask if it is a beggar on the street, how was it? Or have a good
Mm.
morning. Have a
Mm.
beautiful day. Just smile.
Mm. Mm.
And the way your day will start, please come back to tell me it made a difference because I am sure it will make a difference.
Yeah.
Anyhow, if your day is still not so good because of
Mm.
work stress and different kind of stresses,
Mm.
and you've got stress, once you come home, finish your course, give time to your family, children. After that,
Mm.
find 15 minutes, even if it is in the bathroom when you go to take
Mm.
shower. Find time for yourself. Close your
Mm.
eyes. Breathe, reach within yourself, and
Mm.
ask yourself how your day went. I'm sure
Mm.
your day will flash back when you close your
Mm.
eyes. It'll flash back,
Mm.
and once it flash back, you will know what went wrong. If somebody was shouting at you, how did you react? If you reacted in an angry manner as well, you surely do need healing. The other person needs healing, but you also need healing as well. So, how can you help somebody else when you can't help yourself? When you come home, you have started dishing your anger on your spouse or your children or your parents, your family members.
Mm.
That means you need healing because you're looking for a second person to dish your anger on.
Mm.
Believe me,
Yeah.
you don't need to dish your anger out. Once
Mm.
you find out how to heal, you will not need to leash your anger out on somebody else. And there are times I was advised this, and I think it really worked. Just go to a place where there's nobody and scream your lungs out. Just scream your lung out. Don't shout
Get
at
it
somebody
out.
else.
I did that
Just remove
recently,
it
by
out.
the way.
Did it help?
Oh, I did it recently. I did it.
Did it help you?
It's really nice. I went to the park and I just like, ah, and my dog was like, she's crazy. Yeah, I am.
It does release a lot of stress, believe.
It
It
is a
does.
stress
It does.
reliever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So go do that instead of shouting at other people.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll take it from there. And if any questions, you'll have to be reading. I am still visionless. So, in fact, you were typing this. The code was difficult for me, right? I had to ask my
you,
mom to help me.
yeah, I like the way you're saying it. I like the points you're giving, being aware of what we do when at the time we wake up, what we do before bed, what we do in our lives that that contribute to our well-being. For though today I came with like woo more on fire beats
Your internet seems a bit
yeah,
bad.
as a child, if you're traumatized and damaged, yeah, if you as a child, if you're traumatized and damaged, you are a child. You don't know better. Nobody's taught you better. Nobody, we can't be blaming you for that. But as an adult, we need to take responsibility of our lives. Yes, that thing happened to you. It's not right. It's so wrong. We don't agree with it. We don't condone it. But we're saying take responsibility and start your healing journey. And healing, I call it a journey because most of us think that, oh, because I did this and I did that. I woke up in the morning the last 3 days and I said, told myself, affirmed and told myself all those nice things, then it's finished. No, it's a lifelong journey. You have to keep on going on and reminding yourself all those things. It's not something you do, it's not a destination. You stop there and it's done. You continue. That's why I'm calling it a journey. And I just want us to learn how to heal because a lot of us end up like damaging their own children consciously or unconsciously, damaging their families, damaging their relationship with people, damaging their relationship with friends. They're not giving anything a chance because we don't want to accept that we need to heal. I do know that sometimes we can fall short. We are human beings. We'll fall short. We'll do all those things. That's normal. But the thing is, constantly, constantly wronging people, constantly doing some things to people, whether you know it or not, it's wrong. It's wrong, and that's why I was just screaming that healing. We need to heal. We need to heal. We need to own up. We need to get over that. Not get over that, but we need to accept that what was done wasn't righteous. But how do we manage? How do we go on from here? For your own good and for the people around you, for the people you love in your life. That's why I came. I was so psyched about healing. I want us to heal. I want us to heal. Because sometimes when you come from the point of being damaged or in denial or, at that point of heart, it means that we are not receptive of a lot of things. We won't be receptive of our own blessing. We won't be receptive of our love. We won't be receptive of advice. We won't be receptive of a lot of things because we've come without rage, without hatred, without resentment. We come with those things. That's why I want us today. The topic was healing, healing, healing. I'd like the audience, anybody, our viewers, to share with us how they deal with healing in their lives, how they cope with it, and what they would tell somebody who is going through healing or through that journey. So we've talked about on this platform a lot, Sonia, that a lot of us have gone through trauma. There's no doubt about it. A big percentage of us also. It's just some people are more resilient. Some people just learned how to cope with it. When it comes to healing, do you think it's just for a certain type of people that need it? What is your feeling when it comes to healing?
Everyone needs healing.
We
Everybody has
all do.
anger in them. Everybody has issues in their life. There is nobody who can say, I don't need healing. Everybody needs healing. Everybody has
I
a
think I want
different
to
type of
agree with
healing.
that. Yeah, I think I want to agree with that because for me, how I see it, my view of it when I'm talking about healing is that it's not just physical, it's not just emotional. It could be our finances and stuff because all these things sometimes are correlated. We start with one thing and it spirals to another. So you're not emotionally stable because of all those issues, really bad things that happen to you. Then you find that you can't even make proper decisions in your life, the financial decision, maybe spending too much than you earn because you're trying to fill that gap, you know. So yeah, I do agree that healing is something that we all need to talk about. We all need to be aware of, and we all need to be in a journey together. And maybe we all need to treat each other with a little bit of kindness, knowing that we all are damaged goods, a big percentage of us, and we are all trying to just get to that healing journey with no distraction, with no interference. We don't need you to remind us of our faults, of our shortcomings, or we don't need that negativity around it. We just need you to just help us journey on together.
True, true. Well, there are some people who would say that healing is for people who have stress, mental stress, but they
Mm,
are not. They are not okay.
mm,
You see, when we talk about mental stress, it doesn't mean that that person is mental. Mental means mad. No, it is a very wrong conception we have. That mental, we're saying mental awareness is somebody who's got mental issues. No, they don't have
mm,
mental issues.
mm,
But when we say mental awareness is mental is connected to your brains, where we think from our whole life, our whole
mm,
being
mm,
is because of our brains. It is our brains which
mm,
tells. Right now, my brain is telling me, telling my mouth to talk. So
mm,
without the brains, we are dead. Like when we say
mm,
this person is brain dead, you see the person cannot move, cannot do anything because the brain is dead. So mental health comes with your brain.
mm,
There's a lot in your brain. A lot of things are triggering in your brains. Sometimes
mm.
they come out in a positive way, sometimes they come out in a negative way.
Yeah. Mm.
You see, it's like we said, we have
Sometimes a
different type
positive
of
way,
emotions.
sometimes a negative way disguised in a positive way, maybe like me being overthinking, being over busy, being a perfectionist, all those things can be, you might think, oh, it's a good thing but yeah, is it? It's a good thing that
Uh,
I'm always busy, is
it
it?
really affects people like us who have OCD.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I am a perfectionist. That is my problem.
I used to be one. I used to be a big
I
overthinker
still
until
am.
recently, actually. A
I
big
still am when
overthinker.
I'm at work. It has to be perfect. It is just that way, and it really stresses a person out. And it's not something that you
It
want to do to
limits
show off to people. No,
the mm,
it is just something within
mm.
you that if you don't see it the way you want it, it is not right. Others might love it, but you're not happy
It's
with
so bad. You can never delegate, can you? Because you don't feel like they'll do it the same way. So you overwhelm yourself with a lot of things because you think you're the only one who can do it. Then sometimes end up not even doing it or finishing them because you want them perfect. Perfectionists tend never to finish things because you're waiting for it to be perfect. The world wasn't meant to be perfect. The world is beautiful with its imperfection. You're beautiful with your flaws. You're beautiful with your. It's
it. Yeah,
crazy.
I'm
It's
still
crazy.
trying
Crazy.
to learn healing with that. I think I've done a bit better now.
You're
I'm
conscious
getting a
about
bit
it.
better on that. Yeah, now I'm getting a bit better. I've started accepting a few things. But it is very difficult to accept it, first of all.
Mm,
Your downfalls, your negative side. A human cannot accept that they have negative in
mm,
them. They always want to
mm,
portray the positive side of them to people.
mm,
They want to be praised. They think that they will be loved if they have positivity only in their side. But that is not
mm-hmm,
true. If I am your friend and you have a negative side and a positive side,
mm.
I will still love you. I cannot hate you because you have a negative side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you are trying to put others down because of your negativity, then I'm sorry, you cannot be my friend. You putting somebody down simply shows you do need healing because you cannot accept yourself, the negative side of you, you want to push it on somebody else. Okay, I've said enough on that. Let's talk about how to heal. We've known that we all need healing, I guess, by now. If anybody has a question, you can still ask.
My network
How do you heal? Yeah, your network, I know. That's why I'm just talking non-stop.
is breaking. I think my network was breaking.
That, yeah, I can see. Oh, she's gone. Okay, anyhow, we'll still continue. That cannot discourage us. She'll be back soon. Be back. Okay. uh, Healing. How do we start healing? Number one, I told you, love yourself. If you can't love yourself,
Uh,
you can't heal.
our network is acting up, my darling. Our network is acting up.
I think mine is working fine. So I will continue with mine until you sort yours out.
Both of us
I
at
cannot
the
hear you.
moment.
I'm sorry, Nicole, I cannot hear you. Okay, I think Nicole is a bit stuck, so we'll still continue. And for the people who will be sending comments, we will have to wait Nicole to come and read because I am right now visionless for a while. I was okay a few minutes ago, but it keeps on coming and going. So Nicole will be
Hi,
doing
sorry.
the reading the comments.
Sorry, did you know our network completely disappeared? Actually, mine completely did.
Only yours, yes. That is why I continue talking here.
Okay, it completely logged me out. I'm like, what is
Okay, I was
happening?
just telling the audience, no, if they're sending any
Okay.
messages or anything, to wait for you to come and read the messages because I am total unknown today in that sector.
I missed a lot of the things you were saying. Sorry. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Hi, Gladys. Hi, my dear. It's never a quick solution, just like our fingers. They are not the same size. Individuality is the key. Your healing journey is yours and yours alone. What a brilliant point. That
Yes.
is very true. I don't know whether we got to that or you continue with what I missed. Do you want us to
Uh,
divert to that?
we had reached, well, the point how to heal. We had already reached on how to heal. I think this
Mm-hmm.
she meant on when we say that everybody needs healing. So
Mm-hmm.
one cannot say that I don't need healing. So I guess Gladys said it on that point. I'm not sure on what not she came with this, but the brilliant thing she said, it is very true. Your
Mm-hmm.
healing process is yours and yours only. If you do not start, you will never heal. You need to start. And you can
Yeah.
do it alone. Start alone
Yeah.
first. And if you come to a time or factor whereby you have a lot of past traumas or something,
Yeah.
like we have two types of people. Let me start with that. The people who have gone through physical and mental traumas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mental trauma is can be only mental torture, verbally, that is one, and the other one can be physically. But the
Mm.
one who has been physically gone through physical trauma, mind you, has also got through the mental trauma as well. So that trauma
Mm-hmm.
is added on this person who's gone through physical trauma. So that kind of a person needs healing through a mentor. They need a psychiatrist. They need a therapist. They need somebody, an expert to help them out. Yes, but they can start from somewhere, from themselves. They should start loving themselves first, and then they can reach out to very many different places whereby they do help. Very many people have a concept of if I go to a psychiatrist, I'm just going to talk. They take money from me just to talk, and they're not healing.
Mm.
Idea that talking is your healing.
Yeah.
When you're talking, They are trying to understand you. They are trying
Yeah.
to understand what points whereby your trauma is triggering, what made you come to reach to this stage, what made you come to reach out to them. So there is a lot of factors the psychiatrists and counselors see. So don't think that they're just talking to you and you're paying them money for that. No, they are helping you out. And
Mm.
the one for mentally disturbed, meaning mental traumas and stuff like that, many have from parents, how they were taught to when they were young. You can heal yourself. You can definitely heal yourself because you know what you went through. You recognize it and you're accepting it. So it's easier for you to heal. For example, if your parents were talking to you in a abusive manner, like using bad words or shouting at you, or loving
Mm.
one sibling more than you are
Mm.
given more work. That is also mental torture as well as it is. And it does affect a person on a long run. In the future, it does. So yours, you can heal yourself because you do recognize these things. How will you heal this? Why don't you write down all these things which are
Yeah.
disturbing
Mm.
you?
Mm.
And after you've written them down, don't read them. Leave them. Go doing your
Okay.
day by day things. Do whatever you're doing the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
Come back home, finish everything you're doing. When I said you give 15 minutes of your time,
Mm.
read those things you've written down.
Mm-hmm.
Read number one and stick to number one. Don't jump to number two. Try and sort out number one.
Mm.
Think why number one happened.
Mm.
Don't think because your mom did it, it was wrong. Think you are a parent or you are going to be a parent tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Think from that perspective. Why would a parent do that to you? Parents don't hate their children, believe me, they don't. They love their children. It is thus that the way you are stressed right now, they had their own stress. You are lucky that we have people like in places like social media right now, whereby you can search for help. They didn't
Mm.
even know what
Yeah.
social media was. In their days, it was taboo even talking of stress. They would call you mandazim. And you say you've got mental stress, you're cold crazy, which is not the case. It is the wrong things which were taught to us in our days. But today, you guys are lucky. You have a lot of help. So think from that perspective that why did my parent do that? Why were they shouting at me? Why were they mistreating me? Or why were they making me work more than my siblings? Why were my siblings getting gifts and not me? Maybe you did something wrong.
Mm.
And as a child, you didn't want to accept it.
Mm.
Think about that number one first.
Mm.
When you start thinking, give that number one at least 2 to 3 days. Find your answers. When you're finding
Mm.
those answers, write those answers down on a
Mm-hmm.
different paper now. That this is number one. Let's say, for example, my mom made me wash dishes and my other siblings were not washing. Why would she
Mm.
do that to me? She hated. Write that down. Now start thinking, why? Why would a parent choose between children? I don't think parents do that. As children, we do have a concept that the youngest one is loved more. The first one is loved more because of the first one. The middle ones and in between are not known. That is not true. Believe me, the ones in the middle are the ones who spend most of their adulthood with their parents. If you go to ask your friends, families, you will see the middle ones, the ones who felt hated, are the ones who are spending their adulthood with their parents. You didn't get a good childhood with your parents, but you're getting your prime time, your adulthood life with your parents right now. So don't think your parents hate you. Write down why did you wash the dishes. Think what did you do that day. I know it's very difficult to think because you are a kid then, but if you start thinking, you will get a few points. Maybe I went to play or I left the water open. I was playing in the mud. I was not listening to my mom. All those things, write those things down. And now, reason with that. You've healed with number one. Once you think you've done that, go to number two. Continue doing that, and believe me, you just heal yourself. You don't need help. You need to reason with yourself first. Reason with that factor you have of hate and love and choosing. Nobody is choosing nobody here. And there is no love and hate there. It is just that circumstances made your parents react that way, or it was your behavior which made them react that way. So start healing yourself from that perspective, and I'm sure you will heal a lot, a lot, a lot.
That is so beautiful and so true. Yeah, I think it's what you're saying is just that it comes from a point of being aware of yourself, aware of your own actions, aware of your own like faults, if we may say that in quotes again. Being just aware that you will notice a lot of things that you didn't notice before. You will notice some probably patterns that you never noticed before. And then you can start your journey of healing. I'll go back to what Gladys was saying. It's never a quick solution, just like our fingers. They are not the same size. Individuality, individuality is the key. Your healing journey is yours and yours only. All I can say is that so long as somebody has taken responsibility, so long as you have acknowledged, so long as you've accepted that something's got to be done, then you're happy with that. You know, we are happy with that. It's just us sometimes in so much denial, then we keep on doing the same things over and over again. And you find that all areas of our life, or most of our areas of our life, are just like sick. They just need the healing hand. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it is your own journey, it is your own decision. That's why we're saying we have to take responsibility. And the only thing we are asking of each other right now is the accountability, taking responsibility, knowing that we are adults now. We're not children anymore. We have to do something. Some people can deal with it because they've become resilient enough. Maybe they go through the same thing a lot and they just learned how to cope with it. But the thing is, when they want healing, they have to acknowledge that they don't want that to attract that anymore into their lives. They don't want that to happen to them again into their lives. Say maybe it's a choice of the wrong partner kind of thing, where you keep on choosing abusive partners, and then you tell yourself, you know what? Yeah, I'm resilient. I'm not died. I've dealt with this. I've done this. I managed to get my children out of that. I have done all that, but I don't want to do that again. I don't want to go through that again. So how do I come out of it? You come out of it from the point of healing, from the point of acknowledgement and starting your journey. How you start it is up to you. Whether you want a therapist, a counselor, whether you want what, that is up to you. Whether you want it fast enough or slow enough, that is really up to you. But you're just glad that at least you're taking ownership. What a lot of us don't want to do is just taking that ownership. Yeah. So for me, yeah, nobody's perfect. Everybody's got their own traumas. I've got my own share. My way of coping used to be not talking about it, or not pretending that it never happened and completely forgetting. And it was working for me for a lot of years because as a child, that worked for me. It was good for me. It was a coping mechanism where I forgot things, and it became my thing, where I'm just a forgetful person. So you'll tell me something, I'll just forget. I didn't really bother or care about a lot of things. I didn't put a lot of emotion in a lot of things because I wanted to forget a lot of things. So even if it was your birthday, unless you're extremely important to me and it's extremely easy to remember, and it's extreme, unless it was that, I wouldn't even remember anyone's birthday because I just couldn't, my brain couldn't cope with remembering things. I didn't want to remember things. So I was just known to be a forgetful person, and I took pride in it. I just thought, oh, it was cool, it's nice, I'm forgetful. I tell me shots out and me shots out. But when I started my healing journey, now I remember a lot of things. Like I remember so much. I remember things that I shouldn't even remember. I'm like, do I remember that? How do I know that? And it's so amazing. Yes, there will be the odd moments where you want to go upstairs to get the maybe your phone, and then you're like, "What did I come up here for?" No, that is normal. That is old age. But I'm just talking about the forgetfulness where I was just proud to be the person who just forgot, and it was good. It's just like I'm saying, some of the negative things that are discussed as positive, or positive things discussed as negative, and it helped me. It was good in some ways. It was good in some ways where if you wronged me, I would easily forget. Like tomorrow, I'll have forgotten and forgiven and I've moved on. But it's not necessarily good in other ways, because the brain doesn't know what you need to remember and what you need to forget. So it just forgot everything. It just learned how to forget. So you'll tell me about it tomorrow. I don't even remember. So yeah, okay. Guys, tell us about your own healing journey and your own process. Is there anything that you're dealing with, you're coping with? Are you helping somebody, a friend out there who is dealing with something or coping with something? What are some of the things that you're doing so that we move together towards a future of this? These talks, we never had them before. We never talked about these things, not publicly. People used to just struggle and just be quiet and not say it. Trauma used to be like almost like a taboo or something that just happened to everybody. So why talk about yours? See, sote tulichapwa. It all happened to us. We were brought up in the same family. So wote tulichapwa. We went to the same school. Si wote tulikuwa bullied. But now you're still dwelling in it, or so you felt like, no, I can't talk about it. There's nobody to talk about it. But I'm glad now people are talking about things. We are happy to learn from each other. We are happy to adjust. We're happy to cope. Yeah, and Sonia has been sharing some of the things you could do to cope, and need us to take note. I need us to just become aware and so conscious of our lives so that we heal together. We heal together. Yeah, go on, Sonia, my dear.
Ah, so somebody with a trauma is very difficult to heal.
Mm,
And if you have a very bad past trauma, you are going to carry forward it to your future. Okay? Your
that's
present
it.
and future, it's all carrying that load. So imagine
Mm,
the load you have on your back is a lot. You're carrying your past, present, and
mm-hmm,
future, all three together.
mm-hmm,
And that is a burden you want. You want to carry it. That's why you're carrying it. Nobody's
mm-hmm,
making you do that. Yeah? Yes,
mm-hmm.
things do happen in life. A lot has happened to very many people. For me to accept my issues, I think it was just a few years back. I think 2018, 2019 is when I opened up and spoke,
Ah,
I spoke up.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Sometimes we need that wake up call.
it is very difficult. It is very
Mm,
difficult. But when I saw same things happening to others, reading it on social media, this, that, then I had to do something about it. We cannot go on like this. We cannot go on just crying about what had happened. We need to find a
mm,
solution for this. Because this is
mm-hmm,
happening now on a daily basis. It's happening to hundreds and thousands of people worldwide. So why not? You
mm-hmm,
need to do something about it. And it is
mm-hmm,
only you and yourself can do something about it.
mm,
Somebody can offer you help.
mm,
But until and unless you want help, you will not get help.
mm-hmm,
You need to accept it. You need to know that you need help and you want to do it.
mm.
Like I said, start writing down. Just write down.
Start by writing down.
Write down, and then when you start thinking about it, or a
Mm,
question, or one question until you find answers to it. Don't skip to
mm,
the second question. Don't
mm,
ever do that because it will confuse you more. Because when you're going
mm,
to be reading the second question, at the back of your mind, your first question is still running there. So how will you get a solution of the second question when you've not finished the first? It's just like when we do in our exams. We have done one, two, three. I didn't get number three answer. I'll do it at the end of the paper. Let me finish the others. In this case, you cannot do that. You will confuse yourself more. You're going to kill
mm,
yourself. So take
mm,
one question at a time and stick to it until you have found your answers. It's not, I'm not saying they have to be positive. but try to find positivity in it. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying it has to be positive. Maybe
Mm.
sometimes there are times where yes, it is negative. What happened to you did happen because of
Yeah. Mm.
negativity. But then try and find positivity in it. What I mean by that is, okay, it has happened. What
Yeah.
next? Why do
Mm-hmm.
you want to hang on?
What next? What now?
Yeah. You change clothes every day. You can't wear the same clothes every day, can you?
Mm.
So why do you want to hang on to something every day? Remove it out. Remove it out from your head, from your body,
Mm.
and move on to the next one. So start writing down, start healing yourself, and believe me, you will love
Mm.
yourself more than you ever did. By buying
Mm.
gifts and pampering yourself is not loving yourself. Healing
Mm.
yourself is loving yourself.
Mm.
And the anger or whatever frustrations you have in yourself, you're lashing it out on your children. So what your parents did to you, you're doing it to your children as well.
Mm.
As a parent, if you see changes in your child, sit with them, tell them to make drawings. Get those drawings, show it to an expert. The expert will advise you what to do. Because you cannot heal your children when yourself you're not healed. And that field even I cannot help you. Nobody can help you. An expert, only an expert can help you. We have experts in this world. Because a child's mind is very fragile. It's like clay. It gets molded the way you mold it. So be very careful when you're molding your child's life.
Mm.
Yeah. Don't remove your negativity on him because it will bring out a much negative person in your child. When you see some difference in your child, find out what those are, why they are happening, go to an
Mm.
expert, look for help.
Mm.
Today in Mombasa, we have parents crying that there are so many children who got into drugs, who
Mm.
have become jambazis. Jambazis have been hooligans. They steal from people, they harm people. What for? They were not born that way.
Because that also hurt us.
They are good, they've gone through something or they're going through something right now. This is their way of reacting, a rebellious way of reacting. So you can imagine what the child has gone through to behave rebellious. Yeah. Because when you're hurting others and not the person who's hurt you, that is being rebellious. And you want to punish the whole world because you're unable to punish that person who's hurt you. And that is not a solution. You'll end up hurting yourself. You're not sorting out anything. You're making it worse. Parents, when you see your children want this and that, you buy for them. The minute you cannot afford, because the habit you have given to your children, they start stealing. When you see a child with a new phone at home, you don't even bother where it came from. Why don't you bother? You should. It is your duty. When a child is behaving different, is always on the phone, or spending time in his room or on his bed alone, there's something wrong with that child. There is an alert for you. Start seeing the signs earlier before it gets out of hand, parents. Do that. Because this is your future and our future, the future of the nation. These are our youth, our children. So parents, please, 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 please check out on these small, small points when your child is ignoring you in the house. They don't want to interact with you. They don't want to sit and eat with you. They come eat and go out of the house. Stop that behavior. Make a rule. They have to sit together and eat together. After having your meal, sit down and talk as a family. We have become very busy nowadays. Watching TV, mobile phones, social media. We don't have time for each other. Yes, we live in a jet age, but yes, interaction is still very, very important. There was a documentary which I'm very disturbed today about. I saw yesterday. Not a documentary. It was about what happened about 5 days ago in US in a school.
Yeah.
Massacre killings. 19 children were shot by a kid.
That's our
And
world right
there was
now.
this channel was asking, why is it happening?
Hmm.
Are you guys serious? Asking, why is it happening? All your governments have allowed such games.
to happen.
Yeah. Why are you allowing these games in your country? All of you. Who is crying now? Why is this happening? Why are our children becoming like this? Why are
Mm,
these games even allowed to be used?
mm,
Our Cartoon Network today has got some verbs which we cannot speak, a
mm,
language which we never spoke in front of our parents. Today, our children speak that language. They're learning it from Cartoon Network.
mm.
Cartoon Network is not safe. The games our children are playing is not safe. But do we even talk about it? No. We don't care. Ah,
Mm.
see, they're just playing games. Let them play. But what are they playing? Are you seeing that? Do you see the outcome of that game? The change in your child. It
Mm.
is very unfortunate that that is why I say we all need healing. Each and every person in this world needs healing. Anyone is free to defy me on that.
Mm.
Everybody does need healing. If you can't heal yourself, you cannot heal another person. It's
No,
impossible.
you can't give from an empty cup. Yeah, our network today is really bad, especially my side. So, guys, yeah, we're saying we're taking responsibility on starting our healing journey and finding ways to heal. Because if we don't, it's our children who suffer. We're seeing how society is now. And the problem is when you're not healed, then we don't know how to love ourselves. And if you don't know how to love yourself, you don't know how to love anybody else. So, how you're going to love your children will be different. How you're going to love your spouse will be different. And we see with our children, when we don't come from a point of love, anything you're going to give them, they're going to block it. So there'll be the resistance because love breaks all barriers and stuff. Yeah. So there'll be that resistance. And what do you have? A society of children shooting each other, a society of molestation, a society of war. And sometimes even reasoning with people becomes so hard because they can't see. They're like in that dark place where they can't see. So yeah, we're not judging. We're not saying that okay, I'm better than you or no, it's not about that. It's just saying that we need to own up. We need to own
Yes.
up. There's some ways we can help each ourselves, help each other to go through the healing journey. For me, I'll just say one important thing that if you haven't started, you really need to start is meditation. Meditation transforms your life. I used to be that overthinker. I used to be that nervous person. I would just be nervous over anything and then be nervous because I'm being nervous. You can just be in the car and it's just a normal drive. You're not even going anywhere special, anywhere different. And then the feeling just comes and you start like pulsating or something. And you're just thinking, what am I nervous for? And it would just come from nowhere. And meditation helped me. It helped me calm down and it helped me learn to be in the moment, in the present moment and stuff. So, meditation just brings you back to awareness, and the awareness helps you realize the things that you need to deal with, the things you could do to deal with them, and stuff. Because sometimes I say that if you're in a point of darkness, even if you're slapped with opportunities, even if you're slapped with what, even if you're slapped with what, you won't be able to receive it, you won't be able to see it because you're in the dark. You're in the dark. So yeah, meditation for me, I would say meditation, and I really recommend what you're saying about the writing things down, being conscious about the things you think about the first thing in the morning and the things you think about the last thing in the night. And then when it comes for children, come from a point of love, and then understand that they're your children, but you're just keeper. You're just a keeper of those human beings. That's what your job. If you believe in divinity and stuff and God, you're just a keeper. So don't try and make like mini news and be stressed over them just because they're taking a different path or being different and learning their own ways. Just learn to be more accepting of them and see where you can help them. If they're going the wrong way, see how you can help them. But it will be so hard for a person who is not healing or not trying to heal to be able to help somebody. And oh no, that one doesn't. There's a saying. I almost said "ganga jigangi," but it doesn't apply on this one. But so,
Nganga hawezi kujitibu.
but it won't apply on this one because
That is
what I want.
a wrong word.
it will be the wrong one. I just want you to understand that if you can't give from an empty cup, that's it. You just can't give from an
Yeah,
empty cup. You have to keep on filling yourself up to be able to give. You have to, and it's constantly doing it. It's not a one day thing and then packing it at your end. I did that. I already did that. Oh, Nicole, you said we are farm. I've already affirmed myself. No, 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 no. It's constantly coming back and constantly trying to better and be better people in the society. That is what I would really emphasize on. I really emphasize on. Be one with nature. Be one with nature. Go out in nature and just reconnect and just find healing in nature, healing in the things you eat, healing in the breath from nature, the fresh breath from the trees and stuff, early morning and stuff. What you eat is really, really important because it helps with the balancing of the hormones and stuff. So healing is, like we said before, it's everything. We want to heal ourselves from everything, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever, you name it. We want to heal, 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 but we want to take charge and take responsibility. So when it comes to our health as well, yeah, be more aware. Try and make the better choices where you can here and there. Yeah, yeah, let's heal. Let's heal together because if we refuse to heal, we bring up those damaged leaders, the leader nation, the damaged nation, and then we have a whole nation of damaged people. If you see a nation like still fighting for like gun policies, and yet there are a lot of children who get killed from those things, you're thinking it's a whole societal thing. We are all in this together. Yeah. If our leaders can say no, when it comes to this, no, this is the no go zone. Look at the statistics. Look at what is happening. No, there's no way you're going to accept this kind of policy. We will have a better society. So it starts with us, and that's why I was saying healing, healing, healing. When I started, I came in hot. I came in on fire. I was like, you need to heal, guys. But thanks, Sonia, you brought us back and to just understanding that yes, yeah, it is a journey. We need to do this together and start healing. Nobody's sharing their own healing journey. What are the things you're doing yourself into helping yourself in healing as we try and wind down? Unless Sonia has other things to share, tell us yourself what you're doing yourself in your life or what you would advise somebody. And that is to our viewers. What would you advise somebody if somebody came to you and they're like, I went through so much trauma in my childhood. I went through so much trauma in my marriage, in my workplace. My boss did this to us, expected us to do this and do that. Our social media and stuff, all those things. What is the first thing you would want to tell somebody in that circumstance? So, Sonia, my dear, I don't know whether there's something you've not covered when it comes to healing. It is also a big topic, but we've tried to
it
narrow
is a
it
very big
today.
topic.
Yeah, yeah, you've done really well because you've based it on the emotional part, which is the most important part and the one that affects us the most. This is where the anger issues comes from, the resentment, the jealousy, the competition, the even it's a sort of witchcraft where you don't want other people to excel. It's some sort of witchcraft where you're bringing somebody down or blocking somebody's opportunities or doing something. All those things all yeah, come from that emotional side. Emotional intelligence is the thing, is the way forward. So yeah, go on, my dear.
Like I can give you an example. There is a girl who had come to me. In fact, a mother had brought the daughter, and I was told that first of all, the Uswahili thing we have, oh, Anajin, she's got some spirits or crap like that,
Mm,
and then
mm,
that she would just resent talking to people at home. She would
mm-hmm,
spend more her time alone. She would not like to mingle with other siblings. So I started talking, helping her out. And when she came to me for the first time, I let her talk.
mm,
I didn't utter a word.
mm,
Just listening, listening, listening. Just let her leash out whatever
mm,
it is
mm-hmm,
within her. And then I gave her a novel to read. Now she was thinking, why should I even read? So I told her, I'm
mm-hmm,
not telling you to read the whole thing. I'm giving you pages 1 to 7. Go and mark the words you don't understand
mm-hmm,
and try and understand those words. Use a dictionary, use help, whatever. Try and understand those words.
mm,
Come back to me. next week.
Mm.
So she's already got 7 days.
Mhm.
Next week she came, he said, I read. She told me the whole story she read, 7 pages.
Mm.
But she could not do what I had asked her to do.
Uh-huh.
The
She didn't do her
words.
homework. Mhm.
Yeah, she didn't do that. So I asked her why. She said, well, what's the point of knowing what I don't understand? That was the response.
Yeah.
Now, when I understood that, I came to know where she's coming from. So now
Mm.
I gave her drawing. I got some drawing papers and stuff like that, color pencils.
Mm.
I told her, draw. Just go and draw a road, trees, forest, flowers. Just go
Okay.
and draw.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, when we were studying this, when I was learning uh, how to help people in healing, we were told that these are the things which really help. Writing down, drawing, you can
Mm.
assess from somebody's drawings and writings also. Today your handwriting is different, tomorrow your handwriting is different. You can be writing the same sentence every day, but your handwriting is going to be different. That
Mm.
shows us the particular time your mindset was in. Your
It shows
handwriting can
what?
show what kind of a mindset you had on your
Oh yeah.
handwriting.
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So I started doing that slowly, slowly. She started coming out with it. She's a teacher today,
Oh, okay.
school.
Bless.
Uh, the only problem was she wanted to get married and before her younger sister.
Mm.
When I
My
got married,
network is really bad today, isn't it?
yeah,
Mhm.
she's very happy today. My point of saying this is that
Nice.
she came out when she was brought by the mother. She was very resilient.
Mm.
She was not
Mm.
going to agree to anything I say. But slowly she opened up and she
Mm.
started accepting things. She got what she wanted and she's very happy today. She's healing.
Mm.
And mind you, when this girl was taken to a specialist, to a doctor, she was put in here
Mm.
for risk, which is
Mm.
very wrong. That is why let me remind all of you that when we talk
Mm.
about getting expert help, I'm not telling you to take your child to a mental hospital. Don't do that. Hospitals, they
Mm.
just put your children in there. They are hospitals nowadays, most of them, I'm sorry to say, if anybody gets offended, it's become a business. You guys are running a business, you don't care about our health anymore. So go to an expert who is there to help. We have very many different kind of community work going on, which is helping. There are people like this Patel Harendra, who is doing a lot of community work and healing a lot of people, helping people. Go to such people, they will help you. They will definitely help you. And don't ever tell somebody. There are cases whereby we are told by the hospital, oh, this guy is a narcissist, or your son is a bipolar. You start telling in front of everyone, you know, my son is a bipolar and he's listening to you. Do you know the effect it is going to happen on your child? Even if he's not a bipolar, he'll become one. Because you're forcing it on your child. Never talk negative things in front of a child. A person who actually has problems, medical issues, do not ever say it in front of them. It really brings a negative impact on them. You have no idea the havoc it will create in their minds. Don't do that. The other thing is, if your child is suffering from abuse of substance, don't be harsh to them. Don't be harsh because they're not looking for that. They're looking for love. Harshness, they're getting it from the world everywhere. They're getting it, so they don't need
Mm.
it from you.
Mm.
You as
Mm.
a parent, which is very difficult for you, because at the
Mm.
first place you let it happen to for them to reach this stage. You didn't do anything in the beginning, so don't dish out your anger on them. It's not their fault. You should have stopped them in the beginning when it was happening. Now that they've reached a certain stage and you still want to help them, try and be their friends. Why don't you ask them the question that, my son, when you take this drug, how does it help you? Why do you take it? Ask them those questions. Let them tell you how they feel. From there, you will come to know why are they taking it and what are they trying to find in those drugs which they lacked from you at home. Don't fight it. Be their friends first.
Mm,
You want your child to heal yourself first and help them heal by being their friend, not
mm,
by throwing negative words or
mm.
leashing your anger on them, stuff like that doesn't help. It makes things worse always. So don't. Yeah, I,
Yeah, words are really powerful. What we say is really important, especially about our kids and in front of them. It's really important to be mindful of that. So our time is up, my lovely. We have somebody saying, accept and recognize where the trauma comes from and act on it by starting the healing journey. Do not bottle things up either. Talk about it, you'll feel like 50 pounds have been taken off your back. Absolutely true. Absolutely
well,
true. Yeah, the same a problem shared is a problem halved, isn't it? So just talk about it, work on it. Don't bottle these things up. There's some things that you have to deal with it. It's not gonna just vanish. It will keep on seeping. We said this a lot in the on this platform. Those things will keep on seeping out in some ways in the form of anger, in the form of resentment, in the form of what it they will manifest. So you got to deal with it and get that weight up. For Bible believers, for Christians, that was my upbringing. So we used to be told that when you take it to the Lord, um, you give it to the Lord to carry that burden for you. Yeah, you give it to the Lord, and there's power in that, meaning that you know that it's not up to you anymore. What happened to you, it wasn't your fault. Your past wasn't your fault. The trauma wasn't your fault. But how are you managing? How are you moving forward from this? Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Is it a license to go hurting other people? Is it a license to damage other people? Is it a license to be always angry at your children and stuff? Yeah, and I will repeat this, and I don't mind repeating it, and I'll always repeat it. It's not about judging people. We are here learning from each other. It's not about that. There's nobody who's perfect. Nobody's saying that, oh, I'm perfect, I don't do that. No, we're not saying that. We're just saying that we want to be on this together. We want to start this journey together, our healing journey together. We don't want anybody to be left behind, but it's something that we have to do. That I have to repeat. It's something that I have to repeat. But when it comes to the tips, hi, Habel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Very sensitive topic with very enlightening nuggets. The power in our words speak volumes and can heal or break. Yeah, so we were just talking about healing in general, but we ended up having more on us and the effect we have on our children and stuff. So yeah, well, we're just talking about how it is important for us to acknowledge that we need to heal at times. It is something that we know that it's a journey. We're not going to say it's a one-off. And we also said at somewhere up there, somebody commented about it that it's unique and special for everybody. So it's not one size fits all. It's not like, okay, this is a fix for you. This is a fix for you. Da, 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 da. Everybody have that fix. No. Let us all acknowledge that we're different, and what works for one person might not work on for the other. But at the end of the day, it's just trying to do something about it. So for me, what I would say is that, yeah, let's accept it, acknowledge it, and work on it. Be mindful of your thoughts, the things you do when you wake up, the things you do before you go to bed, like Sonia said, and stuff. Yeah, be conscious of your habits around people or your habits around loved ones. Find out some of the patterns that you keep on finding yourself, the loops you keep on finding yourself in. Being aware of those things, aware of your relationship, aware of anger issues. Where does it stem from? Is it normal? Why am I like this? Is it, you know Ask yourself those questions, like we said as well. Sonia did mention that write those things down. When you write things down, they become clearer, and sometimes answers just comes to you. It's just like a miracle from the universe or something. When you write things down, you get it out of your head as well. So yeah, do write those things down, and you'll see them in a different way. Acknowledge them, acknowledge them, acknowledge them. For me, I'll repeat the meditation thing. Meditation works for me. Do try meditation. There are different forms of mindfulness. Just find one that works for you. We have yoga. We have the drawing things where you can just draw and be in the moment and stuff. We have all these different things. You can try one that works for you. But if you can't find anything, one thing that you can start practicing now for anybody who's starting their healing journey, because we said you might not see things if you're in a dark place. Even with the slap you did, you might not see things. You start your breathing exercises. Your breathing exercises is just being in the moment now and inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. You'll clear your mind and you'll be able to see a lot more things. And even that anger, it will start reducing. All those things will start reducing even before you completely like know where it came from, how to deal with it. You'll just notice it starts reducing. Otherwise, yeah, thank you guys. I've not seen anybody like sharing a lot, but I've seen you participating, sharing about your own journey or anything that you tell a friend in their own journey. If a friend came to you and told you about their own trauma, whether it was childhood trauma, whether it was from the marital, whatever, what would you tell them? How would you help them cope? Because sometimes some of us also don't want that truth. Some of us don't want to be told that there is an issue. Imagine your spouse telling you like, oh, you have anger issues. There's something that must have happened to you. You need to start yelling. You're like, what? You know, a lot of
Yeah,
us don't want that. You love me the way I was. Oh, you love me. What has changed about me now? You did love me. No, it's not about that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That you need to face that there's an issue and there's something that we need to solve. But anyway, yeah. I don't know whether anybody has anything to add. Sina, did you have anything to add?
I
I don't
would
mind
just say
staying another 5 minutes. And
I
yeah.
can I can put the cherry on the cake, the last one, I guess. Um, what you can do is, like she said, everybody has got their own way of meditating. Now, what I can say is there is gardening. I find peace in gardening. Unfortunately, I don't have a garden, but I've got very many pots in my house. So for me to find peace is very important if you want to be meditation. Your gardening is meditation for you because
Powerful.
you're finding peace there. If you are just walking on the grass and you find peace there, that is meditation. If you're lying down and looking at the stars in peace, that is meditation for you. So they're
Mm.
different sorts of meditation. It is for you to find out what gives you peace. If something is giving you peace, that is your place to meditate. That is where you start your meditation from. So meditation comes in very different forms. Somebody can find peace in writing, somebody can find in drawing, somebody in artwork, somebody in arts and crafts. There's so many. Everybody has their own way. So you need to find out what is yours. Start working.
Hmm.
Happy healing, guys.
Okay, thank you, my dear. I was just trying to type a little bit of what I was gonna say. Yeah, practice gratitude. Gratitude is also a very powerful thing because it helps you. This is really important, actually. When it comes to gratitude, I'll give you an example. Some of us are full of like heart and resentment and all those things that we end up living a life of blaming, being mad at that. Oh, my dad did that to me, and so my life is like that. So we stuck in that emotion, and that emotion affects us in so many ways and stuff. So we are always blaming, 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 and we don't see how we can be positive in life. So with gratitude, it transforms that. It doesn't say it was good that your dad did that to you or your mom did that to you, or whatever. No, but it tells you that, you know what, despite all, despite all, I'm still alive today and I have a chance to rectify it. Despite all, I've been given children of my own, and I can do, better. I can give them, I learn what I shouldn't do to my own children. Despite it all, so gratitude helps you change that emotion into a positive one. So I was saying, yeah, I do practice gratitude. Keep affirming to yourself, yeah, and be kind. Be kind not just to yourself and to people around. Be kind to people around you as well. Kindness is really funny. It's so easy to be kind to strangers. You might find a stranger struggling with something and you help them carry it. That's so easy. But be kind to ourselves is what we lack. We need to be kind and gentle to ourselves. Those things happened to you, they were wrong, and yes, they were hurtful. Just be kind to yourself and embrace yourself like you would embrace somebody else. If a child came to you and told them this happened to you, you will cry and you'd want to hug them and protect them. Do that to yourself, because sometimes you might not find anybody who will come and do that for you. So do that to yourself, and with that kindness you learn to forgive yourself for things, and you learn to love yourself, like authentically love yourself. Like Sonia was saying, the way she looks at herself in the mirror, you can only do that and look at yourself in the mirror and say those nice things to you when you are truly in love with yourself, where you've learned to forgive yourself for your fault, forgive yourself for that perfectionism and stuff, tell yourself it's work in progress and stuff. That is okay. I'm human. I make mistakes. I've done this. And you look at yourself and you're like, oh my God, this woman is so beautiful. This woman is so powerful. This woman can do wonders in this world. This woman was brought into this world for a purpose, to make changes, to help heal the world, to help bring us this movement and stuff. So yeah, practice gratitude, meditation, keep affirming, be kind. That is after acknowledging that there's a problem. Acknowledging. Yeah, okay. So we have men also need to learn how to understand their ego, when to humble and be corrected. That ain't easy, but we all need to unlearn and learn. When it comes to ego, Sonia, I leave you. I like it when you talk about ego.
Ego.
Ego. And it's not, don't even
Oh,
say men, because we used to associate ego with men. It's even in us women. I am guilty of ego, but I've learned that I'm so aware of that ego that when I do it, I'm like, yeah, that's the ego. That is the ego. So I talk to my ego and I tell my ego, you take it down a notch, take it down a notch. It's not just even in men. I think it manifests a little bit worse when it is in a woman or something, because maybe for men we justify it and we're used to it, we think it's okay for a man to be, but when it comes to us women, Sonia, take on the ego.
well, first of all, women have more ego than men. Yeah,
Okay,
we
now
don't
that you're
accept
being
it. That's
honest.
our problem. Our problem is we
Okay.
don't accept it. And it is quoted as in men have ego because we've grown up learning that men have ego. They're male chauvinists. They have an ego issue. But we women have a bigger ego than men, believe me. And we
Mm,
have within women, our ego is the one which makes us react with other people. Our action is
mm,
because of our ego. When you see, when you have somebody, you're seeing somebody every day. For example, you dislike Nicole, you don't like her at all, but you have no choice because you're working together, you have to talk to her. But you always criticize her dressing, the way she talks, this, that.
mm.
But the day she walks in and everybody's praising her, your ego is hurt.
Bruised.
Why are they praising her? Now that has really tortured you mentally. Now that is ego. It is not jealousy. That is ego. You see, we need to
That is ego.
differentiate.
That's no jealousy.
It is not jealousy. That is the ego. Because
So
every day the same
after,
people who are saying negatives, when
mm,
you say, I was saying negative things about you, the
mm,
same people who are saying the same thing with me, they were saying, yes, you are right. Nicole doesn't know how to dress. She doesn't know how to talk. She doesn't know how to work. All these
mm-hmm.
people are saying the same thing with me. But today, they are praising you. So my ego is hurt. It's not jealous. We have ego
Mm-hmm.
issues, big time.
We do,
We
we do,
just
we
don't
do, we
know
do.
that. We
We
don't know
do.
that. So
And we need a session about ego. Would like you to take it on, and I'd like Alice Njabi to be there too.
yeah,
We need
sure,
to
why
talk on
not?
ego as a whole topic. This ego thing, e- I'm so glad Hebel has brought ego up, because this ego thing it's the ego that tells you that I don't have a problem. It's the ego that tells you that I don't need the healing. It's the ego thing that will tell you, oh, I'm already healed. You know, it's that ego that is stopping you from learning. It's hindering you from listening. It's hindering you from progressing. It's hindering you from taking feedback. It's hindering you from all these things, from even learning from our own children sometimes. Yeah, it's that ego, because you're telling yourself, where mini lukuza, what would you tell me? You'll be amazed at what those children can teach you at times. You'll be absolutely amazed. Oh
If
my
you want
goodness
to
me.
know, as a woman, if you want to know your ego,
Mm-hmm.
just ask yourself, why don't you appreciate another person?
Why don't you appreciate what?
Another person. When you see somebody whom you
Mm-hmm.
hate, somebody you hate, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why you hate a person, but yes,
That are
when you hate
reflection
a
of your
person,
ego. That are reflection of those things you.
yeah, why can't you accept something nice in that person? It is because your ego.
Mm-hmm.
You have an ego issue with that person. Our female egos are quite different because we don't. Number one, we will not accept it because
Mm-hmm.
we are taught ego is for male, not for female.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
where
that's the thing.
ego is for both. At least for men, they know they're labeled that they have
Mm-hmm.
issues. We are not even
Yeah.
labeled. We don't even know we have it. We are
Mm.
more dangerous than they are because then they know that they have ego issues. We don't even know. You see,
Yeah.
we need
And
more
I
healing than
reckon
men do.
this ego is a big topic, but I didn't want us to go. But I reckon our ego can be petty.
It can be.
I Yeah, I'd rather the ego where people are competing about all the like the men. It would be more of I've built a big house for my family and I have a big car for my family. That's the kind of ego men would be fighting over. But others will be like, oh, my nails are better than yours. Oh, look at your hands. Oh my God, they're so dry. Oh, look at
Those kind
you.
of people have a little bit or a percentage of being a narcissist.
Mm,
Those kind of people are control
borderline.
freaks. They are control freaks. Where
Mm-hmm.
does ego come from? When you want to control something,
And
that's where
that
your
is
ego comes out
toxic.
from.
Yeah,
So
toxic
for
ego.
men, very many men don't have ego. Believe me, few do. Ego comes from pride. In short,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
ego is pride.
yeah.
Maybe the
I'm so
dictionary
glad Herbert
definition
brought
is
this up.
different, but in reality, ego is pride. Ego is
Yeah.
pride. So, and I think women have more pride than men do. So, I am sure now women will agree that we do have ego issues. We've sorted one thing out now. About men, telling a man to change, like we women are used to knowing that only men have ego. So,
Mm,
how long will it take for you to accept that women have ego? The same way, don't expect men to
mm,
change overnight if you can't accept it yourself overnight.
mm,
So it
mm.
runs both ways, yeah.
Yeah.
So for a man to understand his ego, you have to talk to him, converse with him.
Mm,
When a person is on that notch of his pride, and you start saying, "Oh, you are proud, you're this, you're that," you just made it worse. Now he knows this is what triggers you. His pride triggers you. So he'll keep on doing that. In order to bring somebody down to calmness, don't react. Let them talk, let them talk. Once they see they're talking to themselves and there is no reaction from another person, that person has to put themselves down and they'll calm down themselves. Because
mm.
you can't be talking to a wall, can you? So you got your
Yeah.
answer. That's how you will make men understand they have ego issues.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about ego. We'll talk about. We'll define it. We'll talk. We have to talk about ego, and I reckon we can do it even next week. I'm so glad that came up. Because now we've I feel like we've gotten to the root cause of why sometimes we don't even get to that healing process, and why sometimes we get on and off, because our ego will keep on interfering with that process. Our ego will tell us, you can't accept that in front of people. You can't tell people that, oh, you are healing or you're suffering. You can't tell people such things, you know, you're too big for that. You're a CEO, you are a don't know what, you're a family man. You can't tell people that, oh, I'm on a healing journey. What does that even mean? So I'm so glad that came up. So, yeah, next week, we are going to dissect, cut it all, the ego as a topic. Thank you so much. I don't know whether there's something we left out, but today, whatever you learn from this or whatever, you just know that it's okay to accept that things happen to you, because things happen to a lot of people. Human beings are not perfect. We all are damaged people. And the problem with damage, it just keeps on being passed down and being passed down and being passed down until we start the healing journey. So all you want to do is just have people, a few of us who start that healing journey, and recruit others as we go on, and just start spreading kindness with the healing, and so that people can see where we've come from and where we're headed and stuff. And yeah, that's all we can ask for ourselves and for the world that around us at large. That's all we're hoping to get from this, so that we heal. And with healing, we said we'll be receptive of a lot of nice things, a lot of spiritual messages and stuff. Healing comes from the spiritual world anyway as well, but it's just also, I'm just saying, it works together. It works together. And yeah. So yeah, I hope we will start healing. I hope we will start that journey together and keep on encouraging and sharing each other. We've come a long way. We've come from where we never spoke about this problem. So yes, good job to us. Clap, clap. Good job to us. Clap, clap. We are headed the right way, and we are sharing and helping and inspiring each other. So yeah, thank you guys. Um, Abel, thank you. I know you're a Christian. I hope to hear your Christian side of it when it comes to healing, because now we were talking generally about, it the physical, the mental, emotional, financial, all those types of healing that we need. So let's maybe it would be nice to hear from a Christian now, the Christian type of healing, where when Christians talk about healing, where they come from. And even you, my dear, the Muslim side, this is a free forum for all, to be honest. So let's hear now people going back into their religion and the spirituality, that, because me, I'm open-minded. I accept
I'm not
what
a
you.
spiritual person at all.
I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. I accept anything that makes sense and that is good for us, for the
Okay.
world.
Then
That
in
I
that case,
accept.
I am not a religious person at all. I believe there is only one power which created the world. The rest, we humans
Mm.
divided to our own fittings. So
You'll find your own definition. I found my definition, and I told myself I'm spiritual, because I had a problem with the word being religious or religion. Because my problem with it is just within that sector, there was so much disagreements, so much division, so much a lot of that. But if you're all working to unity, to be one, then why don't we scrap all this off, take all this everything off, and just start from scratch? And I think we can learn from the animals, how animals are stress free and at peace. So if we took all these things off, what are we left with? So for me, that is why I settle for spirituality. So anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. I always appreciate people taking the time to just be here and watch and just support us. It means so much. They could be doing anything. They could be sat there watching the TV. They could be just doing anything else rather than being here with us. So for taking your time and being here with us,
thank
much
you.
love. I
Yes,
appreciate
thank
it.
you so
So
much.
I
Yeah.
always send my love of
I have not learned how to do
appreciation.
that till date.
You will, you will. You're getting there. You see now, it's not so much of an O.
My fingers are very stubborn. They would not bend.
They've got an ego of their own.
I'm telling you.
Thank you,
Oh yeah,
guys.
that's a
Thank
big
you.
button.
God bless you. I'll see you next week. I think the topic will be ego. We'll try and find a different guest so that we have a panel and we talk about ego. We're going to go so deep on ego because without that, if we strip ourselves of it, the thing we could do. So, asante ni sana. God bless. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you. God bless you so much. And
Bye.
remember to support Sonia, guys, on Nguvu Moja Foundation.
Nanzaje Sarah
Simplex music.
Niko